Hi everybody, so once again this is another haul video. I went to Ulta a couple of times since the last video, which I kind of knew that I was going to be going because I ended up getting a 20% off code for like my entire purchase. So I almost got carried away, but I restrained myself that time, and now I wish I'd gotten something that I didn't end up getting. We'll get to that. And then I placed an order for Shop Macy, and then I also recently placed an order for Macy's, and I had a great experience with that, so we'll get to that in a moment. But let's go ahead and start with the Ulta stuff. And so, okay, so I knew that I was probably going to get the 20% off, and of course I did, obviously. I had a couple items in mind that I was going to get, but I wasn't like fully, like I didn't fully have my mind made up. But here I go messing things up already. But Sephora also during the same time had the, what was it, 10% off going on, and I don't know, I ended up not ordering from Sephora. I just controlled myself, but because I didn't order from Sephora, I did order from Shop Macy. But anyway, focusing back on Ulta, yeah, here's the two items that I did end up getting. In the last video, I talked about how I wanted the Too Faced Angel Tears lipstick and lip topper, which I've kind of... Here we go again. I pretty much talked myself out of the lip toppers, at least I think I have. Of course that could change in the future, but I really like talked myself into the Mermaid Tears lipstick, and I almost got it, but then I decided not to. I'll just wait till another time when it's on sale, and now I wish I had gotten it. I don't know, but so yeah, I got the Angel Tears lipstick, which I'm wearing right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and open it up. I'm sure a lot of people have already seen this, but basically it is kind of like a, well, it's just kind of like a light, kind of like a peachy base, and then it kind of turns like, almost like a gold and pink shimmer. That's kind of like the vibe that it has going on. It's more like, yeah, it's basically like a peachy with a gold and pink shimmer sort of deal. Here I go losing my voice now. And then another thing I really wanted was the Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow, which I absolutely love these, in the color Gypsy, because it was one of those duochrome colors, and so I got it. So there it is. And this color is kind of hard for me to describe. Like, it is kind of like a purple, but it also has like a kind of like an antique golden shift with a tinge of green. I don't know, but like when I put it on, like I'm wearing it, I'm gonna do like a scary close-up right now of me wearing it. So there's the little creepy part. But when I put it on, like, it depends. Like, if I'm wearing it just over my primer, then it's just kind of like this, kind of like a grayish purple color, like a light grayish purple. Like, it's not even like a fully pigmented sort of deal. It's just kind of like a sheer grayish purple, but with like a lot of the like pinky shimmer. But like I put it over another thing that I got, which I'll show here in a moment, that has like a pink shadow base, and now I'm getting more of kind of like the light purple with a lot of the pink like glitter, but it also kind of has that slight tinge of orange. It's kind of like that iridescent glitter. So if that even makes sense. But yeah, so I don't know, it looks so different in the tube than it does on my lids, but I still really love this. I need to try it. I haven't really worn it a whole lot, and I haven't really messed around with it much because, like, right now we've got a lot of pollen in the air, so like my eyes are kind of itchy and watery. So I'm not doing the eye makeup thing as much, or I'm not playing around with my eye makeup as much while at home. So, because let's be real, that's pretty much the only time I wear eye makeup now is at home. So, yeah, just, there's a really huge air bubble in there. So that's that. Oh yeah, I was going to say that I was going to try, like I want to try it with like a purple like shadow look and like use it over top of that to see how, like, if that really makes the purple in this pop and whatnot. And then the second part of this is that, like, I think it was just last week. Yeah, just last week. I guess it's still going on now because this is the 1st of May now. But Ulta sent out a thing where you could activate and get, like, for me, I get double the points. Like, depending on your status, you'll get, like, a higher multiplier of your points. Like, I think the next level up gets, like, 3 times, and then, like, next level up gets, like, 4 times the points on your purchase. So, I wanted to take advantage of that, and I've been seeing a lot of, well, not really reviews, just more of, like, people just buying the Makeup Revolution, the rose gold chocolate palette. Well, basically that's what I got. So Makeup Revolution was buy one, get one 50% off, and then, of course, you can use the $3.50 off of $15 coupon with that. So that's what I did. So I ended up getting what I was talking about, the Makeup Revolution Rose Gold Chocolate Eyeshadow Palette, which is really pretty. And I don't, honestly, I don't feel like opening this right now. So, but yeah, so I was interested in it. It looked pretty. To be honest, it looked better in the store. But a lot of people are saying that this is kind of a dupe for that Huda palette. But I don't know, like, there's mixed reviews about that. But to me, it almost looked like the Too Faced palette. Isn't it the Too Faced Rose Gold Chocolate palette? I don't know. There's like a Too Faced palette out right now that looks a whole lot like this. But I guess, I don't know. To me, they look very similar. I haven't really studied them that much, but based off of memory, like, every time I see the picture of the Too Faced one and this one, I kind of get the same vibe, but I haven't really, like, looked at them in comparison. I don't know. So maybe I'm just off kilter with that, but that's what that reminds me of. But anyway, so for the eye look, I'm wearing with this Gypsy Stila shadow. I just use this kind of like this pinky color right here and on the lid, and then I use this other, it's like a really shimmery light pink, which is very like sheer on me. Like, I don't get a lot of pigmentation when I use this shadow, but I know it's called Barbie, so I use those like on my lid. And then up in the crease area, I use this hot pink color right here. So there's like, basically this palette has like half of the colors in here are mattes and half of them are shimmers. But it's really pretty, but I don't know. I thought I would like it more than I actually do. But that's just me. That's just straight up me. And so, because like this was like the full price, I was almost about to get another palette, but I couldn't make up my mind. Like, I don't know, I just couldn't make up my mind. So I was like, I could either get this because this is $15 and just save the $3.50 off of it, or, you know, maybe I should try something else, Makeup Revolution, because I'm starting to really like the brand after experimenting with those highlighters, like the holographic highlighter and that other, I guess, Golden Lights highlighter. I mean, that just kind of like entered me into the brand. And I had another palette, that Unicorns Are Real palette, which was kind of, I halfway liked it, halfway didn't like it. But everybody's like raving about the concealer, and the concealer had been sold out at my location until when I went in that day, and so I got it. So I got, well, it is, I'm just not with it ever, am I? No. Okay, so it is the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer, and I got the shade C1. That's like the absolute lightest shade. Of course, I'm not wearing it now, but I tried it out the night that I got it, and which I never, like, when I do the full face, I've never, like, been into doing the concealer under the eyes. Like, I've tried it, just haven't really vibed with it. I guess because I haven't really had a good, like, concealer to use under there. I mean, like, here we go with this. But, like, I feel like my under eye area, other than, like, where I've got, like, I don't know how to describe it. I guess because I don't really have, like, good proportions of my face. It's like this whole area is kind of sunken in, and I don't really consider them bags, but I guess they are bags. And to me, that's usually like what people are trying to conceal, or else if you have darkness, which I don't really feel like I have darkness. I feel like, again, the under eye area for me is pretty light compared to other areas of my skin, but I don't know. That also depends on the lighting too. Because I've noticed in videos, it doesn't always appear like that. Like, what I see in the mirror in different lights is not what is reflected upon the camera. But, yeah, so, long story short, I got this. And this was like, I think it was $8. So, $15, half of this, $4. I mean, $3.50 off. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I guess the whole point is making about, like, me putting that concealer on. I didn't even finish my story there, where I was going with that. But I tried it on, and, like, actually, like, I know it's pretty obvious in the videos, and it is in real life, too, that this eye has that, like, more of the baggage, I guess. Like, it's more noticeable on this side. Like, it's not really that noticeable on this side. I don't know. My face is so out of proportion. So I tried the concealer on, and of course, like, it brightens. As for, like, actual cover of pigmentation, though, like, when I put it on my cheeks, like, this is the hardest thing. Like, the reason why I don't like wearing foundation on a regular basis is because no matter what I do, no matter what I've tried, whenever I put something, like, over where all these scars are on my cheeks, it just looks kind of, like, ashy gray. Like, it just looks a whole lot darker than what it is naturally, and it really amplifies. So, and like, even with the concealer, it still made it look like gray. Like, it looked like it was like shades of gray just from the shadowing of the scarring and whatnot. So I couldn't vibe with that. But as for, like, under the eyes, it worked pretty good. Like, it made this a whole lot less noticeable. Like, it took, like, a lot of the attention away from there, so that was cool. Which, this doesn't usually bother me, like, in real life. It's when I watch the playback of the footage, I'm like, oh, crud, I look horrible. Which, I mean, no surprise there, but still, like, it's a little, what's the word I'm thinking of? This is sad. Okay, so I can't think of the word, but I guess it's a little eye-opening. There, we'll just go with that for now. And next up, I have my Shop Miss A haul, which I've ordered from there once before, and I kept thinking that I was going to order from there, and there's been multiple times where I've, like, come so close to ordering, but, like, they have that thing where if you spend $35, you get free shipping. Something, oh, that's so easy, and, like, there's been a lot of times where what I've wanted, like, a lot of the main things I wanted would be sold out, so I'm kind of like, like, why would I want to place an order if what I really wanted was sold out? And then, I don't know, it's just like every time I get, like, stuff together, it's like I want to get $35 worth, but at the same time, I'm like, why do I want to spend all that amount to get just, like, when there's just a few things I really want? So basically, I haven't really ordered from there. There's been things I've wanted, but as of recently, well, I guess the past, I don't even know when they were released, but I know it's been out there since probably summer of last year, so almost a year now. They had the diamond lip glosses, like there's 12 of them, and people were like saying that they're kind of a dupe for the Lime Crime Diamond Crusher lip glosses, which those are like gorgeous. Like that was something like I was going to buy those from Ulta, but I'm still hung up on the history of Lime Crime. Like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you look up Lime Crime and like controversy, I can't even talk. Okay, let me try this again. If you look up Lime Crime controversy, or like the history of Lime Crime or scandal or something of that nature, there's been a lot that has gone down. Like, Lime Crime has like a special little page now that addresses some of the stuff that went down, but it doesn't like give you a full like rundown of what actually has happened with the history of Lime Crime. But this goes all the way back to the days of Shrinkle. Now, I think if like for those who like have no clue what I'm talking about, was oh my gosh, I cannot get my words out. So if you have no idea what I, like when I say Shrinkle, what that even is, she is a person. That was her nickname. This goes all the way back to like the early 2000s. She was like a clothing designer. She's better known now, or at least I think most people would better know her now when I say Sugar Pill Cosmetics. She's like the founder of Sugar Pill Cosmetics, which I didn't even realize that was her until recently. But again, I know her back, or know of her from back in the olden days, the live journal days, the eBay days, those days. And the controversy goes all the way back there with Lime Crime. And then, of course, there's been, like, issues over time with, like, the founder, like, doing this whole Hitler thing, which that just is sickening. The way that, I really don't want to go into this, but, from what I recently found out, like, right before doing this video, is that the brand, since they've kind of expanded out and become like more mainstream and not so indie, is that they've kind of separated, like kind of pushed the founder, like she's kind of been pushed away a bit from the brand, so it's not so associated with her and the history of her, because I don't know, but for that reason, like I have avoided anything Lime Crime, just all that, yeah. So now that I've learned that she's kind of been, pushed away from that, I'm kind of more open to trying Lime Crime. But prior to this, I just was sickened by it, even though I really wanted some of the products. So that brings us back to Shop Macy and these diamond lip glosses. Now, from what I saw, because I like to do my little research, with looking at swatches and whatnot, these are totally not dupes. They're not really dupes for anything, but they are gorgeous. And they kind of have that idea of like, you can mix and match them with all kinds of lipsticks or wear them by themselves. So after all this talk, I'm really not going to go into details about the individual glosses, but here's what I got. So I got the 12 glosses, and then I got 3 of the Wonder Metallic lipsticks, which I'll kind of briefly go over these because there's only 3 of them out of the whole collection, which they have a ton of these, and I was almost tempted to get some more, but since I haven't really tried these specifically, I don't know. And plus, I was trying to keep my total under a certain amount. I ordered 17 items total, paid $4 shipping, so altogether everything was about $21. So I think 17 items for $21, that's not bad at all. So, especially going back to the Sephora thing, I could make up my mind. Like, there's some things that I kind of wanted from Sephora, but I wasn't really, like, they're not things that I was like, I absolutely want these when the time comes. At least not for 10% off. Give me a better deal than 10%, probably. 10%, nah. But, so I was thinking about getting a Huda Beauty lip gloss, one of those, is it lip strobes? And I had a hard time making up my mind which one, but then I think I finally settled on one, and I've already forgotten which one it was now. But anyway, so these glosses, like when looking at the diamond glaze glosses, whatever, the diamond lip glosses. I'm horrible. Yeah, I pretty much went this route for that reason. Okay, anyway, so the colors I ended up choosing for these metallic lip sticks. I'm just totally shocked this whole video right now. Okay, so the colors I ended up choosing were Yas, Unicorn, and then Candy. So that was pretty poor presentation, but here they are. Super pretty. Candy and Yas are pretty similar. It's just that Yas is more of like a slight lavender tinge, and Candy is more of a light icy pink tinge. Well, they're both icy, and they're both kind of on the pink side. But still, Yas has more of a lavender tinge, and then this Unicorn one is just kind of like a deep berry color that kind of leans more on the purple side. So they're super pretty, and I think that these colors would be great to layer these glosses over. So again, I'm not going to go into really any details about these glosses because there's 12 of them. I got all 12, but sorry for this loud noise, but you know what? Okay, so that way I'm not like crinkling the plastic wrap the whole time. And there goes one. Well, anyway, I had 12 of these, but then I stupidly dropped them all and have spent the past 20 some odd minutes trying to find the 12th one, so anyway, moving on. I also got this Rose Hip Lip Gloss Honey Essences by the brand Starry, which I was reading reviews about this, and I got it because people said it smelled like roses, and sure enough, it smells like roses, so I'm a sucker for rose scented items, and it's actually a pretty good clear lip gloss. Like it's good to like wear like when you don't want to, well, basically it's like a good kind of like a moisturizing lip gloss. There we go. And this was something that I wanted, that I've been wanting for like a year, and every time that I've come close to like ordering from Shop Macy, it would be out of stock. And so it's just kind of like, what? But I'm not too thrilled with the actual form this is in, but the color is what got me. And it is the Princess A Perfect Wear Shadow Pencil in Opalescent Pink. And this, you know, I keep talking about how I want, like, my dream is to have like a eyeshadow that's white that flashes pink, or like any kind of like, even like the lip gloss, which I got the lip gloss now, but this is, well, this really doesn't flash that well, but it kind of gives that effect where it's like, it's supposed to be white and flashes the pink, but this is coming off more as a very light baby pink, but it does have a slight flash of the pink. So, for $1, it seems okay. Like, it'd be great for the brow bone highlight and the inner corner highlight. So, there we go with that. And I am just still so flustered about that missing lip gloss. Like, I don't know where it could be. I've looked all over the friggin' floor and in the drawers that were around it in case it somehow ricocheted into a drawer. I swear, there's like a vortex in my room where something falls and just disappears, and then like some time in the distant future later, it just magically reappears right there in the open. So I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm so flustered over it. So finally, you know, earlier I mentioned that I ordered from Macy's and I had a really good experience, and I did have a great experience. So there's this product that I bought from Macy's, and I'll just show it. Just whatever. So I got the Inglot Duraline and it's a mixing medium sort of deal. And I've read for the past year or so that if you have like an eye product, eye makeup product that's like a cream base that dries up, like say for instance you have a gel liner, or you have some cream eyeshadows, or even like mascara, but I probably wouldn't use this for mascara, but you can revive it using this stuff, and it comes in this like bottle with a dropper, and so basically you just like add 1 drop at a time to whatever the product is that's dried up, and it's supposed to revive it. You like kind of mix it and it returns it back to its original consistency. And it's kind of like the same concept with nail polish. If you have a nail polish that's dried up or lumpy, you put nail polish thinner, not remover, thinner into it, and it revives it. But yeah, and you can also use this, you can mix this with like your eyeshadow if you really want to make it like stay in place, like if you want to set it, or if you want to turn it into an eyeliner, or you can like mix it with foundation to make your foundation stay. Like it has several uses, but this is like the one that like is the, it's not official, but it's like if you really want to revive your eye product or your makeup product, like if you don't want to darn, I am just so dumb right now. Maintain the integrity. If you want to maintain the integrity of the quality of the product that you're trying to revive, you want to use this. Like this is the best thing on the market to do that with. There's also the little other tips and tricks, but I'll get to that. But anyway, let's focus on the actual Macy's order right now, and then I'll revisit this. But so when it comes to this, like pretty much the only, like if you want to, okay, how do I phrase this? Okay, so if you want to order this, basically your 2 best options are Macy's.com or the Inglot website. And I'm sure there's other places you can buy this from, but like as for in the way of like good, reliable, like well-known sources that I'm aware of at the moment, those are only 2 that I knew of. Like looked at Dillard's, looked at Ulta, looked at Sephora, you know, those like other department stores, other makeup places like that. Didn't see it, but I think this retails for $12.99. So they have like I think it's still going on for the whole week, where you can save 15% off of beauty items, or like it all depends, but basically beauty items right now you can save 15% off using a code. And then also on Macy's you get free shipping on beauty items. So with tax and everything, this was like $11.19. And so I got it shipped free, and I used Ebates, and Ebates at the moment was 6% cash back, so, which isn't really much of anything, like 60 cents on this, but still. But, I mean, I can now revive some of my old products. So, this was a great deal, and like, on top of that, like, wait, it's already great. I guess I'm just kind of lucky that the warehouse, I guess it's the warehouse, is located in Tennessee, so it didn't take really all that long to ship. It was actually expected to arrive, like, what's today? Like 4 days from now, but I was like, come on, that's coming from just like maybe 60 miles or less away from here. I mean, maybe not even 60, but yeah, so I was like, wait, why? But it arrived today, so really I ordered Sunday night, and it arrived Wednesday, so of course they don't ship out Sunday night, so it's like from Monday to Wednesday was the time frame I got it, so that was awesome. Again, free shipping, and on top of it, they threw in some free samples, which is just perfume samples, but still free samples. Let me put the Inglot thing back down there. So, I mean, there's been times where I've ordered from Sephora and chose my free samples and didn't get diddly squat for free. So the fact that I just randomly got some free perfume samples from Macy's, I was like, heck yeah. And so basically they sent me the Donna Karan Cashmere Mist sample, which, I mean, I'm going into details right now because I'm excited about this. Like, I've been wanting, like, to try this for years. Like, I see it in the magazine advertisements all the time, but I've never, like, actually gone looking for it, and but, like, from the advertisements, I've always wanted to try it. So now I have my own little personal sample. And I got the Tory Burch Belle Azur, which, it smells good from what I can tell, but I've never been a big fan of, like, Tory Burch anything. But it, like I said, it smells good. And then this one I was excited about too. It doesn't have the little card, but hey, I don't care. It's the Michael Kors Wanderlust. So cool. And then they gave me this one of those little like paper perfume sample things of the Lancome perfume. So, and yeah, cool. Going back to the Inglot stuff and what I was talking about with like the maintaining the integrity of like the makeup product, like I've known of, and I've tried this before, where you can use, I have them right here, just like eye drops, like to mix in with your products, but basically it's not the same thing. It's like it's like a good temporary, like, short-term fix, but you don't really, like, want to mix it into the product in full. Like, for example, if you want to use this with, like, a dried-up eyeliner, just wet your eyeliner brush with this and then dip it into the product and, you know, get it on the brush, but don't mix this in with the product because then you're going to ruin the whole integrity of the product. So, I mean, like I said, it's good for, like, a short-term sort of deal, but you don't want to like use it full force. But I have a couple of Urban Decay things right here. Like these were like the reason why I really wanted this Duraline stuff. So, and this is probably like one of those things that's kind of irk some people, but back in the olden days, Urban Decay had these eyeshadow palettes, and you could find them at Marshall's, and this is like, we're talking like 2000, I think this was 2004 when I got this, and it was a cream shadow, and like at that time you couldn't really buy Urban Decay products in Nashville. Like there's nobody that really sold them in Nashville except for like when this stuff wound up at Marshall's. So this is like a predecessor of all the palettes of today that most people know of. This was the cream shadow box, because back in the day their eyeshadow palettes were shadow boxes, and I have the very original shadow box, just FYI. But yeah, we're going old school vintage with this, but you know, I still have the applicators in here, so this is kind of grody. I really need to get rid of those, and that just looks disgusting. So when I got this palette, it was already dried up. I was like, I know there has to be a way you can revive it. That's when I found out about the eye drop thing. And then I've heard about glycerin, but that just never, I don't know. Anyway, so I've held on to this thing for, well over a decade now. It's probably really gross. And I can see, talking about the integrity of a product, this right here, where the black shadow is, that's now has that cast over it. That's not mold. I can guarantee you it is not mold. But that is from where I used the eye drops on it. And it just, it changed the product. But the rest of these, like, they're still, like, they look like they're okay. So, and I think I mixed something with the pink one too, because that may have been like eye drops also. Or that may have just been water. Anyway, so now that I've got this Duraline stuff, I can attempt to revive some of these cream shadows, hopefully. And also when Urban Decay was going to, like, right before they repackaged their primer potions, they put them all on the website for really cheap. Like, I think they were like $9. Like, that's how much they were. So, I'd already had the original primer potion. So they had, here I go dropping things again. So they had the Greed primer potion and the Sin primer potion, which I've got the Sin primer potion. And I was thinking that my Sin primer potion had dried up, but when I swatched it just earlier this evening, it seemed okay. Like, it seemed a little bit thicker than usual, but it seemed to be still pretty creamy and liquidy enough to use. But this thing has pretty much dried up, and I really like this. It was just the golden color, and like, you can't even, yeah, it's not, yeah, so it's pretty much completely dried up. So I really want to revive this. So this will be the first thing that I play around with that Inglot Duraline with to revive, because I really like this. This was a great gold color. So, and it also looked really cool. Really cool with like other kind of golden base eyeshadows layered over it. So, can't wait. Alright. So, I don't know why. Why do I even bother? This video has been like a mess from start to finish, as usual, but more so than usual. So, I think it's already like after 2 a.m. by now. I started this like at, like right after midnight, and it's just, like I said, it's been a mess. So thank you for watching, and I don't know, maybe I'll do some experiments on camera with that, or I'll update y'all on the Duraline and whatnot. But thank you for watching.